copy, thank you. Inward bound, the Red Falcon approach Northwest Netley.
That's all received, thank you.
Ahoy, shipmates. Oh, that might be a bit loud. Ahoy, shipmates. Welcome to the departure of Disney Magic. Yep, Disney Magic is just about to depart. Heard from the radio that all systems are go. And she was due to leave at 6:15, a couple of minutes ago. As far as I can tell, still.
Roger, 7 BTS, that's all copy, thank you. Traffic information, outward bound, Red Eagle, fast scenes, Albo, and the next vessel away will be the Disney Magic. Should shortly be underway from 102, should go up to upper swinging ground, then outward bound.
And there we go, the nice lady from the VTS explains what's going on. So Disney Magic just about to depart. You can just about see the edge of the Disney Magic on the right-hand side of the screen.
Disney Magic.
Disney Magic, BTS.
Yeah, single up on 102, letting go very shortly.
Disney Magic, BTS, that's all copy, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, ahoy there, shipmate. Brooke Warner, welcome aboard, shipmate. Welcome aboard. I don't know if you caught that on the VTS radio. It's a little bit quiet today, actually. I've been experimenting with the radio to try and get to the right level of quality and control. It's a bit hit and miss. I'm waiting until later in September when I've got another shipmate subscriber. Welcome aboard, shipmate Andy Richards. I've got a new location for the antenna, a much larger antenna for the radio. And
Falcon VTS, yes, it's safe to do so. Thank you.
I've got a much larger antenna for the radio and better location. So when I get that, I think much improved quality on the radio. She's singling up at the moment, so that means instead of massive multitude of lines, cruise ships here, they don't have just one or two ropes holding them down to dockside. All mass of them. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate. Guest Coololol. Welcome aboard. In fact, I can show you that on the Iona. Wait for Disney Magic. That gives you an example there of the number of lines. There must be, I don't know, a dozen there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it must be a good dozen or so. So what happens is there's a dozen at the front and a dozen at the stern, and they'll slowly release them. So they've just got one just holding the ship there. Everything systems go, they'll that one line. So if she's singled up, that means departure is soon. Oh, ahoy there, Gary Whipple. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Welcome aboard. Crew members are filling up quite quickly this evening. You may also have noticed something peculiar in Mayflower Park. Now, I'm not talking about a collection of people at the end of the park, which is odd, I'll have to say. We often get one or two people in the park watching the ships come and go. But Disney Magic seems to attract the largest number of people I've ever seen. It really has a real following, lots of people. The first time I went out and droned Disney Magic a few months ago, I was in the park at, 6 o'clock in the morning, and there must have been 40 or 50 people there working in, which is something I've never seen before, unless it's a brand new ship. So that's quite... Anyway, what's in the park at the moment is the Berlin Circus, International Berlin Circus, or Continental Berlin Circus. They'll be in the park for a few weeks, and as you can see, they're building a very large tent, and it's potentially going to obscure our view for a week and a half or so. But I don't think it'll be too bad. The Disney Magic, I don't know if you heard on the radio, is going up to the upper swing ground. So at the very end, you can see the HMM container ship there. They'll be going right up to the HMM container ship, turning around and coming back this way. So we'll have plenty of admire the gorgeous curves of the Disney Magic. Right, I'll have a quick look. While we wait for the Disney Magic, let's have a quick look in the chat, shall we? Where do we get to? Oh gosh, it is busy. Yes, I was playing a bit of music. I just thought I'd get this all warmed up. I was trying to find something Disney related, but obviously I can't play copyright. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Eleanor Wood. Welcome aboard. This chat has been busy. Ahoy there, Colin Wykes. And, ahoy there, Gmob. Jimbo. Here on the 20th. Ahoy there, Sam Robinsons. What's the creepy music? Oh, that's my best attempt at a copyright-free version of something Disney. Apparently I didn't then, did I? Ahoy there, Sam Robinson. You were hoping it would be a view of the Magic. Well, it will be. There will shortly be a view of the Magic. Certainly see her when she starts moving. That's for sure. See, there's still people. It's very windy out there as well today, so that's causing a problem with the cameras. It'll make it tricky for the pilot as well, trying to navigate ship around. But oh, ahoy there, shipmate Melanie Jones. Welcome aboard. Yeah, you can just about see the... Actually, in fact, you can't. This is not even the Disney Magic. You can't see. There's what you can see at the bottom right corner is the stern of a ship. That's not the Disney Magic. It's beyond there. But I can just see it now. Can you see it to the bottom picture? They're starting to emerge ever so carefully. And I say ever so carefully. Because... Oh, ahoy there, Craig Shocksmith. Welcome aboard, shipmate. I say ever so carefully because we are having a very windy day here in port.
Jianquai, BTS, good evening.
Thank you. We're full-side to 31 berth, very depart. There's 22 plus one on board, down to Gothenburg, maximum draft 7 metres.
Jianquai, BTS, that's all copy, thank you. Traffic information, the Disney Magic just dipped off 102. She's up for the upper swing ground. And I believe your tug, Eston, will be coming to you after she's finished with the Disney Magic.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you very much.
There we go. I shall turn the radio off now. I think we've completed with our information. But that's rather nicely segues into my point about tugs. People often ask, do the cruise ships need tugs? And, well, the normal answer is no. This evening, today it's very windy, so there was in fact a tug. I think, I didn't quite catch them. I think it was Eston. who was in fact with the Disney Magic today. They're ready to assist with manoeuvres, because there is a very strong breeze coming from Disney Magic's port side. Would make manoeuvring difficult. In fact, the other cruise ship in port, rather large and impressive, Iona, she has had her bow thruster on all day. I think it was 20%, just keeping her against the dock. Strong winds will, even though they're tied up, can stress out the lines, so it's a good idea to keep the bow thrusters on, keep them pushed up. Ahoy there, Bobby. Welcome aboard. Yeah, so here the Disney Magic going to the upper swing ground. Oh, ahoy there, Nick Hughes. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Welcome aboard. Going up to the far end to swing around HMM. Container ship is. Ahoy there, Rena Walter. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Can't quite. I was going to show you something here. Camera. Might see it. Anyway, just try something. Tricky. Anyway, there is a tug in attendance. Oh, ahoy there, Katie Bauer. Welcome aboard, shipmate. There is a tug in attendance with the HMM all day, been sat there with their engines just pushing the HMM ever so gently. So, going back to my question, do the cruise ships need tugs? No, they don't in the normal circumstances, but when the winds are higher in ports, they need a bit of assistance. More for a safety picture, gather. Okay, let's got more questions in the chat. Let's have a look. Where did we get to? Someone's going on the 20th. We will see the Disney again. She just disappeared slightly off to the right-hand side. The dock goes off to the right and is behind the building that the camera's mounted on. We'll see her come round to shipmates long. Ahoy there, P&A's Adventures. Will we see the Magic, folks? It's preparing to leave dock now. Yes, we will see the Magic. Yes, definitely will. And we saw a little bit there, but we'll get some really good views as she comes past Mayflower Park, and our cameras all the way down the Solent. Checked the views down the Solent, but pretty sure it's pretty clear. Ahoy there, Steph P. Yeah, it's correctly saying we have to wait for it to pull out. It's a slight optical illusion looking down the port here, I'm afraid. Imagine we'll be here shortly. I'll bring up a map and can demonstrate the problems we have with. Ahoy there, Millie TDE, sailing on the 18th. I think it's probably a question or two about if there's any passengers on board. My understanding, there's no passengers on board. There are 1,500 and something people on board. Not all are shipmates, because the Disney Magic has a crew capacity of 945 and a passenger capacity of 1,713. So we've just 1,500 on board. There's a little bit more than crew. I believe it's one of her first test cruises. Just see her coming in the edge of the picture again. She'll come right over to the middle of the picture and swing round without the assistance of tugs. Be able to do it by herself. Unless there is a tug in attendance. Yes, there is actually a tug in attendance. It's Eastern is still in attendance. Like I say, more from a safety point of view than a necessity. The high winds we've been having. And certainly with all these high winds, would not be wanting to put up an incredibly large circus tent. Managed to put up the first entranceway tent yesterday. Haven't got much further. The main tent, they've been busy washing it. Probably waiting for tomorrow for the winds to die off. Ahoy there, Bertie Doe. You hear that Sun Ships has agreed to use his Popeye voice for the commentary. Yeah. That would have been good. Popeye voice there. No, I'm not going to. But that would be quite clever if I could pull off the Popeye voice. I think I rather liked Mr. Wimpy character who gladly pay you Tuesday, Burger today. Great life motto, that. Getting our first proper glimpse now at the port side of the Disney Magic and those yellow lifeboats. I believe that special permission. Oh, ahoy there, MZ Lovey. Welcome aboard, shipmate. I heard that special permission was granted for the use of yellow lifeboats. Normally, traditionally, they're orange. Not that we can particularly see from this distance, but another shipmate the other day told me an interesting fact. The hull is not black. No, it's tricky to see. I think it's a very dark navy blue. In fact, it's called Monica Blue. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Gary Jeffries. Welcome aboard. Yes, the colour of the hull, Monica Blue, named after one of the Disney employees who was wearing a blue suit at the time. I do like the fact that we have such a knowledgeable crew of shipmates aboard here. Almost no question can go unanswered without someone knowing the answer. Oh, ahoy there, Linda Hepburn. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Ahoy there, Vicky Hadfield. So great to see a ship with guests back on board. Well, it's not technically. Well, I suppose you could say they are guests. It's a test, as far as I can tell, it's a test cruise. So these aren't fare-paying passengers. I think they are staff and guests and friends and family, that sort of thing. It's a bit of a test cruise. Because don't forget, some of these ships have not sailed with passengers for some reason for 18 months. Crew have probably got out of the habit of serving customers. It's all going to be a bit of a novelty. Ahoy there, Rachel Yeomans. Be in Liverpool on the 27th. Celebrate your 50th birthday. Well, happy birthday, 27th. Should be a good time. Ahoy there, news girl. From Yorkshire. And ahoy there, Lisa Ronnie. Hopefully the music will be turned off so we can hear the horn. Yes, mate, don't worry about that. If we can hear the horn, it will be a bit later. Certainly she doesn't honk the horn at that location, far end of port. She might do it as she comes past Mayflower Park. That's a typical location. Luckily closest to the cameras and microphones. Get a good recording of the sound if that happens. Oh, and ahoy there, shipmate Didcut Twist. Welcome. And even looks like we've been greeted by the sun today. Had some peculiar weather in port. It's been incredibly windy. The skies have been full of some really angry-looking black clouds, almost like something out of the Disney Sorcerer's Apprentice. Imagine lightning bolt coming down, someone's a spell in Mayflower Park, sea whirling up. Really very evocative. occasional shower, occasional patch of sun, but it seems like the sun's come out now, which is a good thing. Like a bit of sun, though a slightly bad thing because the sun will be on the far side of the ship and it sort of doesn't help the camera. Looks to me like the Disney Magic is almost parallel with the HMM. Certainly started swinging towards Mayflower Park. She'll come towards us. Past Mayflower Park, that see us in front of us. Off past the ferry cam. Down Southampton Water and out to the Solent, where I believe she'll be just steaming up and down the English Channel for a couple of days. Then back into Porton. And Steph P hopes she hoots as well. So do I. I can't remember if she hooted last time. Trying to think if she hooted last time. Don't remember. I think she did. Ahoy there, Ryan Scott. And ahoy there, shipmate John Hayward. Welcome aboard. And ahoy there, Steph Walshy. What's going to be the big tent? Well, that is the Continental Circus Berlin, or Continental Berlin Circus. Those lines. Circus, anyway. It should be in Mayflower Park for about a week and a half. Got quite a few performances on. One thing I have noticed, and this is actually a good indication, the Disney Magic certainly has a very pointy bow. Really, really sharp. Almost more like a sort of private yacht than a cruise ship. Well, especially some of the more modern cruise ships do have much of the dreadnought look about them with the vertical bow. I can't say I don't find it unattractive. It's certainly very different. And particularly I've noticed the Scarlet Lady. What with the vertical bow and the grey paint job. Tends to be ever so slightly luxury troop cap. But I'm sure a lovely ship. I'm just scrolling back through the chat. It's been very busy in the chat. No. All the shipmates here. Boy there, Annette Ostroska. Thanking the blue spanners. Of course, don't. Blue spanners help massively with this channel. They are full of knowledgeable information. Most of them are local sorts. Not the power of Google is strong with them. Like we might have potentially quite a nice sunset later. And now you can see the problem with the circus tent. It really does get in our way here, but not to worry, shipmates. We'll have a jolly good view when she comes past later. Ahoy there, PN8 Adventures. We sail on July the 15th from Liverpool. Ah, she's joining at Liverpool. That's slightly unusual. Ahoy there, Sam Robinson. Will she be using horns? This is a very good question. I'd love to be able to give you a confident answer, yes or no, but I'm afraid I can't. I'm inclined to err on the yes. I think the last time she went out with just crew on board, I don't think she did. I don't remember. But there are some pseudo passengers on board this time. There's a good chance. Good chance. And we're all geared up for it if it should happen. Let's see. It's almost swung around completely now. We'll start to head forwards to Mayflower Park. Ahoy there, Joanne Peters. Ahoy there, a life in the parks. You have missed Disney so much. The opportunity to get back on board soon, shipmate. Ahoy there, Sandra Wright. You'd like to see the Disney all lit up. Ah, yes. Well, quite light at the moment in port 'cause it's summer. But give it to the autumn. And there's a good chance that when she leaves at 7 or so in the evening, it'll be all lit up. So do subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I'm doing a live stream, you'll find out. So there could be future live streams coming up with the Disney on. I've noticed it's a very popular ship, as I was saying earlier. Yeah, a very popular ship with everyone, actually. Children and big children. Ahoy there, Roger Allen is sailing with Celebrity next Sunday. Oh, and ahoy there, Leslie Donaldson, wondering if Goofy has finished painting the stern yet. Oh, we can have a look when... Probably won't be able to see Goofy until... Best view will be on once he's gone past Town Quay. Get to see if Goofy has finished painting the stern. He's hanging on for dear life with a paintbrush in his hand, tidying up the motif on the stern, as far as I can tell. Ahoy there. Oh, ahoy there, Kane O'Neill. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Welcome aboard. Amy Hills is on board on the 18th, and you're very excited. Not long now, then, is it? Oh, ahoy there, Scylla Wild from Horsham. Oh, ahoy there, Stephen Crane from, I think it was West Yorkshire. Chat suddenly jumped a million miles on me. Oh, ahoy there, Peachy Keen. You love the Magic because she's an old-fashioned shape, the way ships should look. Yes, I'd tend to agree with you there. I was surprised. I don't tend to spend too much time looking at a ship that I've never seen before coming to port. Enjoy the excitement of seeing them for the first time. I had no idea really what the Disney Magic was going to look like. I did imagine it was going to be more sort of fairground rides and flashing lights, that sort of ship, but I was pleasantly surprised by the lines and the interesting paintwork. Sort of very bold gold striping down the side. Certainly not what I was expecting. And ahoy there, shipmate 77 Lozenger. Welcome aboard. And ahoy there, shipmate Meganex Rain. Welcome aboard. Ahoy there, Emma Harrison. And ahoy there, Daniel Leaborn. Ahoy there, Vanessa, who says it's a test cruise with friends and family. That's my understanding as well. It'd be quite the place to be. A test cruise, very limited numbers of passengers on board. I think, I would imagine it's more or less fully crewed. We'd be treated incredibly well. I think that would be a great experience. Certainly something I'd like to do. Maybe there's some friends and family who could invite me on one day. About halfway, I would say now, down the port. You can see her sticking out behind the Anthem of the Seas. HMM. Container ship in the background. Say the name of the HMM container ship. Or I'm pronouncing it correctly. I think it's named Slovakian City. But entirely sure. Garam. Garam? Not sure. We're on that one. I've not been there either, so can't verify pronunciation of even if it is a Slovakian city. My money, frankly, was somewhere in Korea, but ahoy there, Scott Ross. He also likes the design of the Disney Magic. It doesn't look like a floating milk carton. Guess there's one way of putting it. I've not heard that expression before. Oh, and Rod Weston. Ahoy there. Rod Weston, who says, what rubbish? I don't know what he's referring to. I hope he's referring to something else. Previous conversation. Ahoy there, Joanna Peters. A beautiful ship. Yep. I'll be hard pushed to disagree with you on that one. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Christina Ross. Oh, many thanks for your kind donation. All donations received on the channel will go towards new equipment, more cameras. We have another couple of cameras coming soon. Installation is taking a little longer than I anticipated, mainly because I had connection problems. Decent enough signal to the camera because it's up a mast. Not the easiest place to work on. And then when I wanted to go at the weekend, it was too wet and windy. Not desperately keen on hanging 20 feet up in the air. Very small mast being blown around. So, but that's what happens to your funds. They'll actually receive. Oh, many thanks, shipmate Darren Taggart. Another fine donation towards the ever-expanding network of cameras. Not just cameras as well. We will be producing more content. Some plans for content coming up. Sorts of interesting videos, mainly related, of course, to the Port of Southampton and Solent, and all of a nautical theme as well. I can certainly see a few shipmates on board. I think they've just hit that weather window. Still a bit breezy up on deck, potentially. That's probably why they're all sheltered around certain part of it. But at least the sun's come out. Cheer them up. There are a particularly special range of Disney cocktails on board, I wonder. I'm not familiar with the workings of Disney Magic, but I wonder if there's Disney cocktails. Daffy Duck would be a cocktail. Fancy a Daffy Duck. Make it a large Daffy Duck. Yeah, quite a few shipmates there on the bow. Notice there's a certain amount of noise, digital noise coming through. I'm trying to work out where it's coming from, but it's eluding me at the moment. Bear with me, mates. Quite know, because it seems to go across perfectly onto the stream, but just I'm broadcasting it. Look how bright that is. Making the Union Jack look almost transparent. Wow, that's super bright. Have the Mickey Mouse motif on the funnels at the top, and it looks like a number of water slides and so on. Ah, always shipmate Robert. Bro, welcome. Thank you for the £2 donation. Greatly appreciated. All. Oh, shipmate Ian Speller. Many thanks indeed for another fine donation to the ever-expanding camera fund. In case you're wondering, this is not the Taj Mahal in front of us. This is the local Indian restaurant. Won many awards and provides a fine focal point what used to be the old Royal Pier before it fell into disrepair. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Leah Bidnison. Many thanks for your kind donation. A quick look. I'm just gonna. Oh, it's actually surprisingly bright out there, considering the day has been very cloudy. A reasonable view here. There we go. Now we've got a reasonable view here of the stern. There's tugs. There's the Spitzer Eastern. And there's all those ships spotted. I don't know if you caught that. I think there was a couple of notes from the horn there. Not a great rendition. There was definitely a few notes there. Not sure if you caught that. I heard it on my headphones. Get a splendid view here. Really pointy bow. A few shipmates on board. Quite an old ship, really, by comparison. First maiden voyage in July of 1998. So, really putting her slightly over 20 years old does make her quite old. I was saying here that the stern, I was going back to have a look at this stern. This is I think, quite a pretty stern, rather than the sort of rectangular blocks that we sometimes tend to get. It's really quite a elegant solution with a large sticky out bit at the bottom, which is supposed to reduce drag and increase fuel efficiency. I think my father would call it a DA. That was a haircut. Ahoy shipmates, Mr. Sean Kelly 68. Many thanks for your kind donation. Very, very kind of everyone to donate. I think that was just it, I'm afraid, from the horn. Imagine if there were actually real passengers on board, you might have had a lot more horn experience going on. Uh, 300 metres long, so actually, considering a capacity of only 2,700 passengers, pretty decent length. Certainly fits into that sort of elegant line of long, thin ship, not quite so tall and high and broad as some of the more modern ships. Not jam-packed full of cabins. Compared to the Iona, which is absolutely massive. No one on the rear of the ship. I wonder if the rear of the ship's a bit windy. Full front of the bow. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Millie TDE. Many thanks for your kind donation. Can't quite see. There is, like I say, there is a goofy on the back there. That's not visible at the moment. Too much reflection. Lovely colours in the water. And some great looking clouds. I think you've picked a good day to go on the cruise if you're out on the ship today. Had a slightly unpleasant windiness to the air, but ultimately would probably enjoy a bit of sun. Probably. As in, seems to be the flavour at the moment. amongst all these cruise ships, there is a big screen up on the funnel, on the forward funnel. It has, I think it's called funnel vision, if I remember correctly, reading about it earlier. And the funnel vision shows... Actually, I don't know what it shows. But I'll tell you what it doesn't show. It doesn't show the Southampton ship's live stream. It's going to be an ambition of the channel to try and get Southampton ship's live stream onto the big screen on the cruise ships. There we go. I think you can see now that is Goofy there, hanging off the back of the ship. Impressive. I didn't realise he was actually three-dimensional. I thought it was just a painted on flat 2D model. Three-dimensional Goofy. Sorry, he's a real Goofy, isn't he? He's three-dimensional. He's a real Goofy. Disney Magic now behind the Royal Pier. Right behind Town Quay. I'll get my ears and my keys mixed up. Oh, where's the chat gone? Lost the chat again. It's quite difficult doing all this, you know. Quite a few cameras. Here we go. Back with the chat. Here we go. Someone says, oh, there's a... Pam T says, we missed it. Yeah, it was only very brief, and I only just make it out of my headphones. I assume you're talking about the booting. Very brief. Just a couple of notes from, I think it was I Wish Upon a Star. Very, very quiet, very brief. Because of the wind, I don't think the mic well. But I should suspect if you come back again for the next sailing when it's not as windy, you'll probably hear it better. And what better way to notified of next live stream is to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And then when I go live, find out. Not always easy, because the ships do have a habit of coming and going at different times. And not always leaving on time. Or arriving on time, for that matter. Arriving on the right day, or leaving on the right day. Currently limited port here. Limited in port to 6 knots. Once she reaches the dock head, she'll be opening up to, I'd say about 11, 12 knots. Look, we've got the other local red jets, the fast catamarans. Well, ahoy there, shipmate Vanessa Wells. May, thanks for your kind donation. That's brilliant. Brilliant of you. Thank you very much. See if I can get a view. Faster than I imagined. There we go. Goofy. Hanging on. Stern of the Magic. With his paintbrush on. Touching it up. Making sure it's primo quality. Just as Walt would have imagined. Let's see if I can see many passengers on the ship, but I can't see that many. I suspect it's probably too windy for them to be up on deck. There's a few up there. Yep, there's a few. Ahoy there, Dazzy B-71 shipmate. Welcome aboard. with it, Nigel Nixon. Suggests it looks like. Oh, look, there we go. Just spotted it. That's the Funnel Vision television. Okay, that's the one that's not showing Solent Ship's YouTube channel. Hopefully remedy that in the future. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Bubblehead. Thanks for your kind donation. Absolutely superb. Like I say, I'll go towards new cameras, new equipments, and some future productions, ships and Solent. Ahoy there, Ray in the Rockies. Where is she sailing? When is she sailing it away? Oh, you're out of date here. Well, she's actually not going anywhere in particular. She's just out, on, as far as I can tell, on a test cruise out in the English Channel. She'll just be steaming up and down, coming back in on Thursday morning. And these are just crew, friends of crew, board. Say what lucky friends they are. Hoping one day to get friends of mine to invite me on board. Asking, you know, never know. Someone might do. Ahoy there, Michelle DF. Will she sound her horns as she has passions on board? I wonder. Yeah, she did briefly. I'm suspecting it's because they're not really fare-paying passengers. It's only a test cruise, so they didn't feel like blasting the horns. Normally, though, absolute blast of the horns for absolutely ages. Lots of tunes coming out. It's disappointing because that is one of the highlights when you're walking around town. You suddenly hear all these tunes coming from. There's echo up and down the streets here, Southampton. Good to hear. This time, I'm afraid. It's just gone past the dockhead now, so she'll be speeding up to somewhere in the region of 12 or 13 knots. Oh, there, Emma Harris planning to visit the Port of Southampton again. And welcome aboard, Terry Delamere. You subscribe. We'll just have a brief interlude here while the Disney Magic goes behind the new, Iona that's here. Probably about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just going to grab myself a little drink of water and I shall be back. Hold tight, shipmates. Oh, ahoy, shipmates. Back again. Right. Yes, I'm just looking at the chat here. A lot of you disappointed you didn't hear the horns. Well, like I say, there's two reasons for that. I think one, there's not really passengers on board. And two, this very small couple of notes you played probably wasn't audible because there's so much wind at the moment. Down here in the Port of Southampton, had breezes in excess of 45 miles an hour today. Very windy. Shouldn't be long now. Have the Disney Magic pop out from behind the Iona. See if you go back to here. You can see the clouds moving here at quite a rate of knots. visibility is not perfect, but it's not bad at all. We can see all the way down to Cowshot Spit down there in the background. And a little bit behind that, if you could just make it out, that sort of darkish area. Isle of Wight. Ahoy there, Leona Desmond. The Disney Magic is your favourite looking ship. I can get on board with that, absolutely. Flashing light near the tent is a bit annoying, says shipmate Linda West. Yes, it is rather annoying. I totally agree with you. Oh, ahoy there, Kate Strickland. Your 9-year-old would like to know if the Magic has a crow's nest. Well, not in the strictest sense. The bridge would these days would be a replacement for the crow's nest. But I do suspect there is an elevated position that should go up to service some of the equipment that will be on board, the navigation lights, the comms equipment, navigation equipment. It's not strictly a crow's nest in that sense. Ahoy there, Dean Willis. Yes, I think the light, in real life, the light isn't flashing, just white, but because it's a LED one, flashes against the rate of the camera, and it causes it to be very annoying. Where's he gone? Oh, ahoy there, James Moore. Who owns Disney Magic? Okay, that's a good question. Well, the owner of Disney Magic is, in fact, the Walt Disney Company. Hope that helps. How many decks does the Disney Magic have? I don't know that one. Great shipmate, that's information I don't know. I shall... Oh, hang on. 11 decks. No, I do know it. 11 decks on board, so not big as something, say, like here, the Iona that has quite a few more than 11 decks. Or there, Linda West, where is she going? She's just out to the Solent, the Southampton Southampton Water, out to the Solent, and then down the English Channel and back again Thursday. Just a test cruise. Oh, ahoy there, Lily. She'll also be sailing on the 18th as well. Oh yes, as are excellent blue spanners. Stephen Joy said it's a channel cruise. Oh, ahoy there, Ian Can. It shows movies, etc. I did wonder if that's what the funnel vision screen would show, would be films. Makes sense. I'm guessing there's a pool or something there. Oh, there, Cruising Pete. Can't believe it's in Mayflower Park just a week ago. Seems like forever. Oh, glad you managed to make it, though. Oh, there we go. And we do have a Disney Magic now. The past incredibly massive stern of Iona. Ahoy there, Helen Jones. Oh, Emma Harrison saying that Southampton's a beautiful town steeped in history. I would agree with that. Beauty is a sort of subjective, but certainly steeped in history, and there are actually many places to come and see. And it's one of the things I'm working on next. Actually, is a little series of little films showing you where to go if you happen to come into the port of Southampton. You're going on a cruise. It's a little disappointing. Come all this way to the port of Southampton to get on your cruise ship, and then you just stay in your hotel and off you go, and don't really get to experience what's in port. And I understand how difficult it can be to decide where to go. The plan is to make a little series of videos to make your choices easier and explain what sites there are around the sea. Quite a few hidden secrets in town, the port, I would say. comes one of the red funnels back from the Isle of Wight. Deborah Parfait, where is Disney going? Just out for a Channel cruise, shipmate. Oh, there, Ralph Addison. Is it heading for Miami? No, not just for a Channel cruise. In fact, Disney Magic will be based here in the Port of Southampton for this season. Ahoy there, Milton Buchanan. I think it's a trial cruise. Yes, that's my understanding as well. No real passengers on board, just staff and crew. Staff, crew and guests, but not paying guests. Exactly. Ahoy there, Tyler. The Tyler Show. Best live feed and commentary this event. Thanks for sharing, Captain. Well, no problem there, shipmate. No problem. Ah, ahoy there, shipmate Catherine Atkins. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Ahoy there, Amy Hills. Thanks for streaming. Great commentary and images. I call this mind plays. It's certainly rubbing the captain's ego up. Ahoy there, Milton Buchanan again. Oh, first proper cruise scheduled for the 12th. Oh, thanks for that information, shipmate. I was wondering. I knew it was going to be a little while, but I'm not on the exact date. Someone says first cruise actually the 15th after 2 test cruises. Ooh, contention. That's the problem I have trying to find out. Just trying to find out what type of cruise is going on. It's never easy. And Disney Magic is just going to disappear behind the Yan Chi, which is also about to leave using one of the tugs that just helped Disney Magic out. Didn't go first, rather obscuring the view down Southampton water. And Kevin too, one of our fine spanners, correctly informing everyone that there's going to be a Iona departing tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Won't be able to live stream tomorrow evening, unfortunately, shipmates. She'll be carrying on with the installation of the next camera, and that's of course provided that the wind has died down right on the waterfront and upper mast. Alright, shipmate, I think you could probably see it's getting increasingly difficult to see the Disney Magic, the Tianchi, however I'm mispronouncing the name of the vessel, which seems to be carrying turbine blades from a wind turbine. Anyway, she's just about to depart, but she's blocking the way. I shall carry on streaming, and also I think once she gets to Cowshot Spit, it'll also be quite difficult to see the Disney Magic. So I will thank you all very much for tuning in, shipmates, and I do thank all those new subscribers. It massively helps the channel out if you do subscribe. Make the possibility of more cameras inevitable. And of course more films about the wonderful Port of Southampton, which I know you all like so dearly. Thanks you all to my PayPal donors and Patreons for your continued support. And of course, most of all, thanks to the Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat so well and answering all those questions that just escaped me. Well, until next time, shipmates.
VTS, Army Workboat 42.
Army workboat calling VTS, you're in the wind.
Army Workboat 42, that is us leaving SNC outbound for the Solent area.
Army workboat 42 VTS, all copied, thank you. Next departure from Southampton is the TN Key from 31 berth.
Army Workboat 42, all received, many thanks, out.
Musketeer VTS. Musketeer VTS copied, thank you. There's no reported traffic for you. Flight 102 VTS, good evening. Flight 102 VTS, all copied, thank you. Just request that you hold before the let the Disney Magic pass. She's just passing SO.
VTS, Tian Kwai, singled up 32, move from 31 berth.
Tian Kwai VTS, copied, thank you. No reported traffic. Over 2 VTS. Over 2 VTS copied, thank you. Musketeer VTS. Yes, sir, if it's safe to do so, you may proceed. Disney Magic, VTS, all copy, thank you. No reported traffic. Spread Eagle VTS copy. Traffic information, Disney Magic's at the hook outbound should clear channel to the east. After that, the next vessel just let go at dock 9.
VTS Red, Falcon, shortly departing, Royal Pierce Cows.
Red Falcon, VTS copy, thank you. Traffic is TN Kai just lifting off at dockhead. Should be swinging and proceeding outbound.
Copy, thank you.
Musketeer VTS, all copy, thank you. Adelaide, 102 VTS. All copies, thank you. You got Disney Magic at the reach out found, but she's main channel. 7, BTS copy, thank you. Disney Magic, the carriage shot spit outbound, clear channel to the east. Blade Runner 2's at the reach, outbound for Portsmouth, north channel. T and Key, wrist swing, dockhead, then proceeding outbound.